Hello everyone. Hello BIM hearers. I would like to express my happiness because I am here today sharing some knowledge as a part of commitment toward the BIM coordinators community. I would love to be sharing that live in Dublin, but unfortunately I wasn't able to join this year. Hopefully next year it will be there. However, thank you for your attendance today. First of all, I want to introduce myself to the attendees today. My name is Mamdouh Salem. I'm acting as a BIM champion for Group Amana for the corporate. And honored to be representing the BIM coordinators community in the UAE, United Arab Emirates, as a BIM ambassador for them in the country here. Sorry. I'm an architect in discipline. However, I have 17 years of experience in the AC industry. I have been working for BIM management for the last 10 years and have some related accreditations such as PMP, CAN-BIM, ISO 19650 as a BIM manager and the digital delivery manager, and level 2 BIM maturity. And I have been working for many contractors for the last 10 years as a BIM manager, as a BIM coordinator, as a head of BIM as of now. And I have achieved a lot of challenges with my team, brought a lot of positive opportunity to the companies that I have worked for. Also I get a lot of awards personally and for the company that I have worked for. This is mine, and I just want to start today sharing the information or discussing together and speak about lightly about the Open BIM. The Open BIM, you might have heard that somebody from your team or from a different team using different format that needed to be communicated together by what we call interoperability. But you have that communication, to have that communication happen, we should have a format or schema as a common language for all the platform that we are using. This is IFC, or Industry Foundation class. To use that format in an accurate way, we need to understand the purpose of using that. If it is for coordination, I may need to share that for facility management, for analysis, cost, or whatever, energy analysis. So we need to understand why we need to share it and how we need to share it. So from that, MVD is coming, which is model view definition, to define which type of what the purpose of sharing the model, and to have that file lighter to give the proper information to the person that need the information for. First, I think, as usual, we need to know some acronyms that might you already know. However, some of them are related to our presentation today. Please explore it. We don't have that much time, just 15 minutes to finish. So I'll keep that to read it after the session. As demonstrated, we have a lot of data need to be exchanged as shown here. Using different formats, using different platforms and different stages and different purpose of use. So Some of the platforms will be using in during the planning stage, such as the Microsoft package as well as example. Some of these platforms need to be, we are using it during the design stage or authoring. We call it authoring, like Revit, Tekla, ArchiCAD, and a lot of platforms. Another platform for analysis might during the design or after the design, during the coordination and during the execution outside. The coordination and the execution and all those stages, we need to use Solibri, you need to use BIM 360, you need to use Navisworks for the analysis, Vico for the cost, let us say, and another uses like 4D simulation, you need Synchro, Vico for cost again, and a lot of different software. But we still have the question of how those platforms communicating together, although they have different formats and different permission level. The answer is IFC. Or the other word, let me be more professional. Let us say the Open BIM methodology. We have something called closed BIM using the native format from each application or platform. We have the Open BIM using that common format, which is the IFC schema, as well as having the PCF. The PCF, which is BIM collaboration format, to collaborate or coordinate with the others using a lighter file, including the information in that file. So we have the authoring application or the native file communicating internally. The Revit file, RVT, is communicating with the Revit environment. The PLN or the ArchiCAD file communicating with the ArchiCAD. But if I want to communicate, if I want the ArchiCAD to communicate with the Revit, that means the solution is IFC. That's why this data exchange using Open BIM standard. The IFC has been developed, then published by Building Smart. We can call that the Building Smart home of BIM interoperability internationally. And by the way, it is an unprofitable organization that supports Open BIM methodology and concept. They have started in 1995, if I remember, to publish IFC #1. Then they developed a lot of and improved that until the moment. And the updated version is now IFC4, but the commonly used version and the stable one, for me at least, is IFC 2x3. The prospective version is in the future will be IFC 5 and 6, etc. That will support, as I read that will support the machine learning and the other technology. Here's also the format and the difference between each format and the other, as well as the heritage of the IFC and the history of it until today. Also, I recommend to explore the below links here. That will be helpful to understand the whole story about the IFC. This slide here shows some of the platform that using the IFC Those platforms are most of them are authoring platform, and those are free platforms. You can use it. It is good, and you can explore the IFC with free of charge. So it will be good to explore some of them. Personally, I like BIM Collab, Zoom, and BIM Vision. This is personal, but might you have another idea? Native file. Native file, or closed format as we call it, that require compatible software. So I highly recommend to watch those videos here. The links here are here. So it is helpful to understand and go deeply because we don't have time, and the time is limited here. I have 5 minutes to finish, so I just want to give you a brief about the COBie and the detail. The challenge was to have organized information, and to be searchable, accessible, accurate, useful, valuable. That was due to cost implication of the analog way. So we decided to change the way, not me, but the scientist. So the aim was to start from the digital model till we reach the digital twin. Digital model is just the model as shown. Digital twin is everything. We have everything, all the data inside it. But first of all, you need to classify everything. You have a lot of alternatives to classify it based on the location and based on the BIM execution plan. You need to decide that with the client, or might the client pre-decided already in the client's EIR. So the unit class is one of them. Might you have uniformat, omni class, whatever the classification decided by the client, you need to follow. So you need to classify everything. Then you need to understand first what is the COBie. The COBie is simply the approach for collecting and sorting project information during design and construction to be reused during the FM phase. And it is easy to use, as it is a spreadsheet that can be exchanged the information easily with the FM database and the building information model. So you can capture the required O&M data as it is created, and do not rely on the post-construction surveys and audit as is in the current practice. The objective is to reduce the cost and improve the quality of the construction handover. Many standards, as shown, demonstrate how and why using COBie. A lot of platforms and the developer, like Autodesk as example, now developed application to extract the COBie easily from their authoring application. I think in Autodesk they called it BIM interoperability tool. It includes a lot of features. I highly recommend it to use it. But the most important thing that I want you today to know as a beginner of using COBie and the IFC, you always need to know when and where every piece of information is supposed to be fed. You should know that during the design, all these information need to be filled. And during the construction, you need to fill some of the information. This is based on the stage. That means the design has some liability to do those information, and the contractor, as well as some related to the client himself. So you need to understand that. You need to know where and when, and it's supposed to be part of the BIM execution plan, and to demonstrate everything. Also, let us explore in a minute what is the spreadsheet, the content of that. First, you need to understand also that the content is, there are correlation between the content and the sheets. So if you fill the information of the facility, it will affect all the spreadsheet, while, as example, the types is describe the component. The floor, or in our terminology, we call it the floor here, but in some software they call it level. As example, this affected the space, and the zone also describe the spaces. So all are in correlation together. I want also to show you, this is the spreadsheet. This is the first sheet in the file, the COBie file. You will find introduction and some instructions. You will find the contacts related to the project, the facility, and the information about the facility, the floor or the levels, and the some parameter. It is coming from, all those parameters are coming from the model you have, the spaces, or whatever you can call it, rooms, from the architecture point of view, or spaces from the MEP point of view, zones. If you have, as example, fire zone or something like this, you need to decide it at the beginning. Also, here, the other tab, I'm showing the tabs here, okay? The type here, those are the types, and the component, those are the parameters need to be filled in the component. And the system, whatever the HVAC system, the piping system you have, and the attributes, the remaining parameter inside your model, which is not, which are not, you will not show it in the component or the type as a parameter. You need to show some parameters. So the parameters here is the attributes. This is the end of the session, but I'm open to receive any email or direct call. This is the QR code for my LinkedIn. So feel free to contact me anytime. I was happy of being with you. So thank you for giving me the opportunity of demonstrating something helpful for the people. I hope that was fruitful for you. Please do not hesitate to contact me anytime if you have any question. Thank you, and thank you for the BIM Coordinators Summit to give me this opportunity this year. Hopefully next year it will be better than this. Thank you, and appreciate it.